Welcome to the Quetech Limited training tutorial for WorkStudy Plus. Today we're going to cover the basics of setting up a new template for your time study, sampling study in the Excel add-in on the PC. What we see on the screen here is the Excel menu for WorkStudy Plus. You'll have a WorkStudy Plus 6 or 7 if you're running the latest. So from the menu here, we need to go and add an element sheet at the top of the list here. When we add the element sheet, it comes up with a blank template. We would want to go in here and just give the study a name. So we'll say sample setup. Now you can work directly with the sheet here. You can copy and paste your elements under level 1 and second level for groups under 2 if you want to. We could say get parts. We could then say walking. And then we could say build box. And we could then say pack. And maybe ship. Now you don't have to type them in here. An easier option for a lot of people is to go to the menu on the left side and click Element Editor. The window that has just popped up here gives us the list that we just typed in, which we can make changes to. We can do simple things like changing the font and the text style, which I've just done here. Another useful feature in the software is the ability to add groups. So we'll give an example here. We'll say delay. And to make this into a group, we need to change the second option, the type, to group. And then we can add an element. So we can say here that we're going to just add a sub-element. And we go into here, we would go and we would say missing items. And then we could go over to the lean setting here. In this example, it's a delay. So we could say this is a non-value added. Software defaults to value added. Then I could add another element. If I wanted to add a second delay, I could just say in here, other. And I could make this also a lean setting of non-value added. So in a case like this, we've created one group with 2 sub-elements, a standard list here of our main elements for the study, which we can make all the appropriate changes similar to what you would do on the device. There's a lot more detail that we could get into, but this is a basic overview, so we won't cover all the extra in-depth details that you see on the screen here. Once you're happy with the setup, you can go ahead and hit apply. And the software will update the sheet here so we can see that we have our elements and everything is filled out. We could also directly make changes to the sheet if we wanted to for, say, font, colors. One other feature or change that you might want to make is to set the box height to fixed row count. What this does is it sets the software that no matter what hardware you use, whether it's iOS or Android, the buttons will be in the same place. So we have 3 columns and 7 rows. In this case, that could be changed as needed. In addition to setting up your elements that would be timed or sampled, we can also create custom fields which are used to track data that is not timed. So I will briefly explain how this works as well. To create a custom field sheet would be mean go to the top and add a custom field sheet, second column, second option. Now, currently this sheet is blank and we would need to start by putting in the location. So we'd say a study field, which is something that could be filled out once per study. And again, I'm going into the basic details on this. We would also have the option to create an entry field, which could be used for something like notes. Notes would be attached to a specific timed or sampled entry. And there's options to create drop downs and list data, which you can use over here. The final step would be to create the template file. So to do that, we go back to the menu at the top and choose the option Export Study Configuration. On the window that we see now, where it says Select Files to Export, we select our template. You can have multiple templates in a workbook, so you'd select the appropriate template. And when we do this, we need to attach any custom fields that we want to show up in that template. So by clicking Custom Fields, it will attach them. And now when we click the OK button, it will ask us where we would like to save this file. So we'll say sample setup and we'll just save it. It's saved as a WSX file extension that's encrypted. I have one of the same name, so I'll replace it. And in this case, we are now ready to transfer that study to the device, import into the software. All of that process will be covered in an additional video. So if you need more help with the software, please reach out to your Quetech representative.